her daughter, my niece, 7 years old, was killed by a drunk driver about 16 years ago. It was a really terrible thing for our family. And, you know, here's a little baby that I held, played with, and unfortunately, I was the person that was called to the hospital to identify the girl. And I'm going to tell you, I did several years in law enforcement, a lot of years in this business, and when they pulled that sheet back, my knees buckled. It was really bad. And so our entire family, for years and years, and then, you know, through the trial process and the whole bit, there wasn't a lot about us. Wasn't a lot about our grief. There wasn't a lot about what was going on with us and our family, and you know, a lot of split in the family because the person that had done the crime was also kind of a relative. It was the father, and so there was just a lot of emotion and everything that went into it. A few years later, we were on the other side of that. My older sister, her son, my nephew, again, a boy I played with and wrestled around on the couch like many of us do with our nephews, sons, and this and that. Got into a little argument with his girlfriend, and she said she never wanted to see him again. Got involved in a home invasion, went to her grandparents' house to try to get a phone number, threatened them. Over some time, the grandparents were there, said they need to go to the restroom. The guy got a gun, came back, shot my nephew in the head, killed him. Now again, I don't hold animosity toward the guy, but again, now I'm on the other side. You know, my nephew never been in trouble before. The gun that he had was a play gun. My sister were at the funeral, and she's like, it was a play gun. He wasn't really trying to hurt him. He just wanted to find out where his girlfriend was. But he was dead. And again, nobody came to us and, you know, offered grief counseling or talked to us or anything. So I can say, from my own personal experience, I've seen both sides, from the side of the perpetrator and from the side of the victim, how crime firsthand can affect you and affect you through the years. It's not one of those things you get over. Every birthday, every Christmas, you know, I still think about that niece and nephew. And I know many of you are the same. Whether it's a burglary, a robbery, a friend, a neighbor, we've all had someone who have been victims of crime one way or the other, and you carry that scar with you, and it doesn't end. And so to take one little day and say, hey, we want to say to all of you, which is, even these guys have been infected as victims as well as perpetrators, you know that. Take one day to say to all of us, you know, let's remember. Let's remember and try not to, or do what we can so that those kind of atrocities don't happen again. And let's remember those that we don't have, and you know, try to go forward. So again, I thank you all for coming. And like I said, a day like this, it makes me retrospect and think back on, you know, my family, our personal losses, and the things that we've had to overcome. That I can say, as I said, for being on both sides of it, you know, you heal, you get past it, you forgive, and you go forward. So I'll turn it over to